Hello and welcome to The Right Angle. This one is for the parents of children who are in middle school. There are a couple of things that need to be understood, analyzed and understood about this period and mathematics taught during this period. Now, in middle school, mathematics largely consists of two areas, algebra and geometry, and that's what I'm going to cover here. Within each of these areas, there are only a handful of topics. If they are taught well, understood, and practiced well, lots of the rest of what is covered throughout these classes, all the way from class 6 to 10, and in one way, even beyond, because this same mathematical ability of algebra and geometry helps the child deal with problems encountered in other subjects. Easy example is physics, but it could be economics. And also, I try to give a sense of mathematics which is useful far beyond the traditional so-called science subjects. Anyway, what we try to cover here is these core topics within these areas, and when the child understands them well and interspersed with little sessions which could be puzzles or some tidbits, odds and ends, entertaining puzzles and so on, should ideally help the child understand how to apply, enjoy maths, and also maybe draw some inspiration, who knows. We shall also cover some extra topics on top of this because these could be useful. For example, logic. A little bit of knowledge of logic helps, because if the child wants to do some programming later, just being aware of logic helps them program better. So that sort of thing is the goal here. And as far as practice goes, some of these core topics really need to be practiced, because if the child practices them, and I can provide guidance there as well, then they derive a comfort with it. Understand and consolidate. How do you consolidate? Through practice. And this practice should not be a very painstaking process. It should be sort of comfortable at their own pace. And there's plenty of time, really. The other thing that needs to be understood is that in CBSE at least, the syllabus for maths between class 9 and 10, there's a huge amount of overlap. Each of these classes have 15 chapters, and out of them, in both the classes, around 11 to 12 chapters are common. Of course, within those chapters there are some differences. Level is slightly higher, but it's a lot of repeat. So if the child struggled through class 9, they get a second chance to learn the same topics in class 10. But if the child has not picked up those core pieces of ability that should have been picked up in class 7 and 8, they are going to be in trouble. But no worries, we shall cover that here, and we are bringing a series of videos to help consolidate all of this and then enable the child to face what is there in these higher classes comfortably. Thanks for watching.